Yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day, man. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Everybody's ready to lock in, man. We got a big week ahead of us. Absolute massive week ahead of us. Super, super, super stoked on it, too, man. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. It's good, John, Vaughn, Jizzle, Satori, Tim, Francisco, KC, Rasta Pasta, Tupac, Legit, Sony, Steadfast, Fiona, Terry, and Pascal. What's good, everybody? Quita, John, Pablo, Alex, Desi, Josh, Mr. Walcott, Raya, BKP, Jaden, AP, Randy, Chris, Cheese, Bully. What's good? What's good? What's goody? Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Eyeing a few things tonight on futures as well. There's one trade that I'm already in. I don't think it's too late to join the party either, but I'm long oil off of this 70.8. My stop is below 70.7, so if you want to enter that, you can. It's very close to my stop right now. You guys can see why. This is the big outperformer recently. Got this nice uptrend here, building into this nice resistance. So that's my current position. Entered at 71.11, so I'm actually down right now. If you enter, you have a better average than me, but yeah, that's the game plan. But yeah, man, let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. As always, we're going to kick it off with the economic calendar for the week ahead, and then we'll get into the watch list. And then, yeah, man, we're going to have a great night tonight. Till Christmas, we'll do a bunch of giveaways, Stock Street Wear, some PS5s, some Xboxes, cash as always. We're going to have a good time, man. As always, full of value in every aspect. And, yeah, man, it's 9:03. We'll get started here at 9:05. Give me 1 second. Turbo's going crazy, so I'm going to feed him real quick. And we'll get this thing rocking, man. So you guys get comfortable. Give me a minute or two here, and we'll get this thing going, all right? Give me a second, be right back. Alrighty, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. It's about that time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's do the damn thing, man. Let's go. Kicking it off first, as always, we're going to get into this economic calendar. And boy, it's a big one. It's a big one this week. It's a big one, it's a big one, it's a big one. What's good, Adam? What's good, Thomas, J. Watt, Luis? Continuous growth. What's good, everybody? Hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's get into it, man. So, first things first here. Let's talk about this crazy data week going into Monday, December 16th. And we're starting off strong. PMI, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is Monday, December 16th. And then we're going into Tuesday, December 17th. We have retail sales. That is going to be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going into Wednesday, December 18th. Very, very, very big day here. It's pretty much biggest day of the week. As everybody probably already knows, we have FOMC at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by the conference at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to have the statement release, 2 p.m. See a little volatility there, but most of the volatility and the big move usually happens after J. Powell is done talking around 2:45, 3 p.m. after the dust settles. And yeah, man, so going into Wednesday here, action's probably going to be a little bit unfavorable, but I'm sure we can find some value in there. But yeah, this is going to be a big week for the market. Big week for the market. Qs are all-time highs. SPYs all-time highs. RTY and the Russell a little bit weak. So, this is, in my opinion, this is the match. This is the match that's going to light the fire. This is either going to be the catalyst that sends us into new all-time highs for another parabolic move, or this is going to be the catalyst to stop us dead in the tracks and see a nice pullback. In my opinion, I don't think there's going to be any more consolidation. I think that this week we are going to see a move in either direction, right? Obviously, it's pretty obvious saying the market's going to go up or down, but I mean a big move, right? I'm talking about a move outside of, our little 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point moves, $5 moves. I'm talking about a big move this week. I think we can definitely see. And yeah, that's going to be Wednesday, big day. FOMC, 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the speech. Then we're going into December 19th, which is Thursday, another very big day here. Jobless claims, as always, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with GDP, another very big data point. And then, of course, we have existing home sales at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lastly, here on Friday, December 20th, we have our usual, which is consumer sentiment. So we're pretty much a jam-packed week here, right? Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday. Very, 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 very thick data week this week, every single day. Biggest day of the week, star of the show is obviously going to be Wednesday. FOMC is the biggest point here that everybody needs to be paying attention to. Going over the interest rate projections, third year, first year, second year, current, longer into Q4. So it's going to be huge, right? Wednesday is going to be absolutely huge, and that's December 18th. In my opinion, I wouldn't swing any short-term swings into Wednesday. If you have, a couple months time or something like that, that's completely fine. But if you're swinging weeklies or 2 weeks out into FOMC, in my opinion, that's just asking for it. But who knows? It could go your way, right? I mean, don't listen to me. That just manage your positions how you would like them. But in my opinion, I don't think it's a very safe approach to be swinging short-term contracts into FOMC. But yeah, man, that's what we got to look forward to this week in terms of economic data. And let's get into these charts, y'all. Let's get into these charts. We got a lot to go over, so let's get it. Let's start with the beast. We're gonna go ahead and start with NQ here tonight. Very interesting chart. Very interesting chart. If we go take a peek at the monthly here, monthly is still, chugging along, right? That there's nothing not bearish. There's nothing not bullish about this chart, right? This chart is extremely bullish, right? In every aspect. Every aspect. Just pushed new all-time highs last week. This is a strong chart, given we're lacking a little bit of volume, but from a chart perspective, this is a very strong chart, no matter how you look at it on the monthly. Obviously, we're halfway through the month, so we'll see how it closes, but as of right now, this is a very bullish chart. Weekly chart, ultimately, it's bullish still, right? Ultimately still bullish, still making those higher lows, still holding those higher highs. Decent little volume through last week's session. Last week's close, I don't really know how to feel about it, right? Because, usually we see a little pullback off of these type of closes, which would form like a little flag, which is the most logical approach to this weekly. But, anything could happen. Looking at this chart, it screams higher still, right? Short term, like intraday standpoint, scalp and stuff like that, I'm sure there's some value short, which I'll cover in a second. But this is still a very bullish chart, and this is a chart that I would be nervous short on in the midterm or even short term, right? Like I said, a scalp and stuff like that's fine, but as long as we're holding this 21,200, 21,300 area, this is an extremely bullish chart, right? The whole game plan here would just be looking for that pullback in the 21.2s, 21.3s for that long position higher. That would be the game plan here on the weekly. Oh shit, let me get it for you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me fix my mic as well. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, boom. Should be good to go now. My bad, y'all. Good now? Everybody can see? Is that better? We good? Is that better? Hope so. Hope so, hope so, hope so. Everybody good? Everybody good? Nice. Okay, cool. Let's get it. So yeah, weekly standpoint, still extremely strong, right with that monthly. Now, daily. This is when things get a little bit interesting here, right? If we're going back to, Friday's close, last week's session, it's a very interesting chart, right? For a few reasons, right? You guys can see we're trading in this massive rising wedge, but I want to talk about Friday's session, right? Friday's session, obviously we had that pull back into that previous demand, taking a big push. I think, what was this, Tuesday? Awesome, got it. Had that pullback into Wednesday, and then obviously Thursday, no, let me take this back. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, yeah, so that would be Monday, Tuesday. This would be Wednesday, right? So the Wednesday candle is where we retested, and then we ripped into the highs. Okay, so Wednesday here, this was very important, right? Closed strong. Thursday, got that pullback, held. Friday, this is what I want to talk about. Friday. Friday's close isn't all that exciting from a bullish standpoint, right? This isn't all that exciting for a few reasons, right? We have a very high volume failure, right? We failed that previous all-time high, right? So when you get down to the daily here, this is our first sign of conflict, right? We wicked above that previous all-time high and failed it. We closed back below the previous 2 days, right, on high volumes. That is a little bit concerning. And what that'll translate to on the hourly is this, right? Double top, failure to go higher, right? That's what you get here on the hourly when you have that type of daily bar setup, right? So what we're looking at right now is kind of just a clusterfuck, to be honest, but there's potential here, right? There is a lot of potential here. First things first is, what's going on here? Sorry, I really like this chart short. We can get an opportunity, you guys can see why. Just retested that massive structure here. If we can get a trade opportunity, I'll take it. Nice little bear flag into this massive structure. I think this can see lower into like 30.5. So if we can get an entry here on silver, I'll definitely take it. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, back to NQ, hourly chart, right? It's a big failure, right? It's a big failure, but obviously that monthly still strong, weekly still strong, daily is a little bit indecisive in my opinion. The hourly here, this is like a clusterfuck. Like I just said, it's a chart that doesn't really scream much, right? We had those previous all-time highs. Friday we broke them, and extremely aggressive sell, right? Friday morning, it was a massive dump, very, very weak. And then obviously later in the day, got bought back up. And a big key point of Friday's close was we failed that previous all-time high over here, right? That was the big point from Friday. And now, as you can see, the overnight session, we're right back into this previous all-time high resistance. So what we need to be watching here is a few things, right? If we fail here, this is where that short opportunity comes into play, because that'll now play out that failure to go higher. So if we can show weakness off this 21,820, this is where you look for that short opportunity back down into this 21,675. This is what I'm watching personally, right? So if we start to show weakness here, create a nice failure, get a nice little 5-minute entry, I'll take it right this second, right? This is a setup that I really, really like. If we fail, that 2182 and create that failure to go higher after breaking those previous all-time highs, getting that aggressive sell and bringing this in play, I think this is a very nice setup, right? And of course, if we just reclaim, right, that is whatever. See you later. I don't care. Right, but that's pretty much the only setup that I'm watching here. Sorry, didn't mean to blind you guys. And yeah, that's what I would watch. But the big line in the sand levels, I don't really want to cover too much. And I'm sure you guys understand. We got FOMC this week, so a lot of these levels are going to be invalidated if a massive move happens. But I want to prepare you guys for like the big line in the sand type levels. And first things first, obviously, it's going to be that 21,820, right? Big level here. Second is going to be those all-time highs, 21,908. If we reclaim this 21,820, you could look for that long back into 21,908, above 21,908. That's where we can likely see that move into 2,200. In my opinion, if we break all-time highs, we got one more parabolic squeeze in us, right? We got one more parabolic squeeze. That's what we got in us. If we don't break all-time highs, pullback's imminent, in my opinion, right? That's my standpoint, right? If we don't break all-time highs, pullback's coming. Pullback's coming, in my opinion. But if we can get back above 21,820, 21,900, 2,200, and we're gone, right? That's the game plan here. Now, in terms of a pullback, right? Ideally, fail 21,820. Preferably right now so we can take a trade, right? fail this 21,820, and get back down to 21,675. As you guys can see, that's that big structure from Friday, and that's when that lights out move happens down into 21,450. Ultimately, that previous month's high at like 21,300, right? So the big levels that you guys should be watching this week: one, obviously all-time highs; two, 21,820. If we start to show weakness here overnight, this is a prime short opportunity with a stop above 21,840. Main level to watch for downside, 21,675. Get below 21,675. That's when this move will happen down to 21,6, excuse me, and then these low 21,300s. That is the game plan here. Very simple, very clean, very clear. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching on NQ. ES, totally different chart. Totally different chart, right? If you look at this from a monthly standpoint, it's, you know, we have a nice wick here, right? Like obviously the overall trend is very bullish, right? Overall trend is very bullish, but we are currently flipping this current monthly bar, right? You guys can see here, right? So what I'm watching on ES is this failure, right? If we can get back below this previous month high, that's going to trigger a sell setup, right? That's going to trigger a beautiful short. Overall structure, obviously, very bullish. And if we fill out this monthly, that's very bullish. But as of right now, we have a potential opportunity on our hands, right? Especially with FOMC. So what we need to be watching is essentially this inside bar, which creates opportunity in both directions, right? So if you look at this chart here, we have a weekly inside bar, which is where the current bar is trading inside of the previous bar. This is essentially a double inside bar, which is going to translate to a daily rally base or hourly rally base, right? And obviously you guys will develop that recognition the more you're trading on charts. But, you know, from experience standpoint, I've seen this a million times, right? When you have an inside bar on a higher time frame, it translates to a lower time frame rally base. Or obviously if it's a bearish, you know, inside bar, it's going to be a drop base. Right? If I go to the daily, you're going to see that, right? We have a nice rally base. And these are either or setups, right? These are either or setups. We have the nice rally, and then now obviously we have the base, bull flag, whatever you want to call it. This is more of a base than a bull flag. Bull flag comes down in a flag notion. But, you know, regardless, there's opportunity here, right? And if you go down to, say, for example, a 4-hour hourly, this is where the real opportunity sets in, right? If we look at this chart here, this is a totally different chart structure than in Q. Right? Obviously, we have our all-time highs, and now we have a clear established structure, right? We have the all-time highs, 61.11, and we have our lows, which are 60.60, right? And so overnight session, you can see that we're very strong, right? We have a double bottom, we have that failure to go lower. Context is there for a rip, right? So this ES chart is totally different than NQ, right? Totally different. If you look at ES, we're down here at lows, NQ was up there at highs, right? So NQ is a totally different chart. ES is also a totally different chart in terms of its structure. So what we need to be watching here is two things, right? First things first, massive level here at 60.60, right? If we want to get short on ES, if we can get below 60.60, I will be extremely confident shorting ES back down into 6,000, 59.75, ultimately target this 59.40. And that is the game plan here on ES. Now, if we hold this demand here, you can see we got a nice double bottom. You know, we got a nice little failure to go lower here. Let's say we get strong, right? If we reclaim 60.85, we could take a higher risk long entry into 61.11. If we get above 61.11, I think we'll see one more parabolic squeeze into the 6,200 level. That's my personal opinion, right? So the main watch this week is a break of this base, right? Above 61.11, we can look to go long. Below this 60.60, we can look to go short. That simple. Anywhere in between is kind of like my no trade zone, right? Anywhere in between is kind of like my no trade zone. If, you know, we pop back up to these highs and show weakness, sure, you could take a reject there. Or if we pull back and, you know, we show strength here, sure, you could take a bounce there. But obviously the main watch is going to be a break of this base for some type of continuation, right? At the end of the day, that's going to be the main watch. YM, you guys can see this is the weak link, right? This is the weak link. Pretty much past 7 days, we've closed red, right? Look at YM here, right? Look at the YM. Nice rising volume. This is an extremely weak chart. Extremely weak chart relative to ES and you know, NQ and even RTY, right? If you look at RTY, this is a weak chart, right? Very weak chart compared to ES and NQ. For those of you guys that trade YM, right, or RTY, what I would watch here is one, this major demand, right? You guys can see this is a very big demand here. 2340, 2345. If we pull back into this demand, as we've seen previously, this is valid for a long entry. Main watch would be below that 2340 for a short down into 2300. In terms of upside, right, you can see we're sitting in some major supply here. If we can break that 2360, likely trigger a bigger move back into this 2380, 2385, where we can look for a short back down into that 2340. And that's what I would watch there on RTY. I'm not a really big fan of trading RTY. I prefer to trade, ES, NQ, or gold or silver, much bigger movers. But it's a great name to trade nonetheless, especially if you have a smaller account. Silver, we already talked about last week, got absolutely nailed off this head and shoulders. You have the left shoulder, you have the head, you have the right shoulder. Got the neckline down here at 30.95. This is a chart that I still like short, right? A massive downside last week. What I would watch here is, as I just stated, 31.07. If we can fail here, this is a beautiful short back down to this 30.5. I think there could be a lot of value on this chart, especially if we continue to see that downside below that 31.07. Gold, similar chart, right? Obviously very weak. Oil's my favorite. That's what I really want to talk about. We entered USO, which was on Friday, but look at this monthly chart. Right, look at this monthly chart. It's getting to the point where it has nowhere else to go. Right, this is a chart that is literally primed for a massive move. Right, based off the chart structure. Right, based off this chart structure. Right, we have a rally base, we have a bullish pennant, whatever you want to say. Logical approach here is continued upside. Right, I'm bullish on oil. Right, I don't care about the politics. I don't care about anything like that. Right, I'm looking at this strictly from a chart standpoint. Right, regardless, I think a massive move is coming. Right, this is a massive move. Look, similar to the Bitcoin chart before we moved. This is a 3-year consolidation. Right, and we're at the point now where there's nowhere else for us to go. Right, it's in this nose here, and there's nowhere else for it to go. Right, this is where you see those absolutely massive parabolic moves. Right, so what we're watching here in oil is, again, I consider this a very bullish structure chart, right, for multiple reasons. One, last week we closed with that bullish engulfing, even though we did that the previous week and quickly sold off. Last week was a much stronger close with that hourly structure shifting. So, right, you get down to the daily, you'll be able to see that, right? We were able to clear out, right? We had that nice little double bottom, failure to go lower, reclaim that previous structure. So now we have that higher low paired with a higher high, and now we're working our way towards, obviously, new highs here. So the game plan on oil is, one, we're already in options, and I'm already in futures. I entered a little while ago. But the game plan is, right, there's going to be 2 ways to trade this, right? One of them was, buying the dip down here at lows. Unfortunately, I missed that. Number 2 was taking that 69 pullback. I missed that. Number 3 was taking that 70 retest. We caught that on options. Number 4, this is our last chance, right? If the move's going to happen, it's going to happen here. Right, you guys can see we're consolidating below a massive resistance, 71.5. This is an ideal scenario, right? We got a nice bull flag below this resistance. That's one of the best ways to trade breakouts, right? You enter on the lower high or the higher low before that breakout level, so you can catch the whole move into the breakout and through the breakout, right? So this higher low here is a prime entry into that 71.5. You just trim into the 71.5 level, hold runners for that 72.50, and let that thing absolutely run, right? From a risk reward standpoint here, it's a beautiful trade, right? It's a beautiful trade. I love the way this hourly is shaping up. Excuse this misprint here. This is a beautiful flag, right? This is a beautiful flag. And if you go deeper, right, look what happened here, right? We wicked below that previous candle's low, got that nice bullish engulfing. This is primed for higher, right? This is primed for higher on all time frames, right? And this is how you really pinpoint and nail those surgical entries, right? Looking for that higher low off the previous structure like I just did, right? That's how you really get those surgical entries. Our risk is literally nothing, right? Our risk is below this low, right? That's all our risk is, but our upside potential is pretty much unlimited above the 71.5, however high it goes, right? So we're risking, 10 cents, 20 cents for a potential $1, $2, $3 move, right? This is huge, absolutely huge. And yeah, man, that's my personal opinion on oil. The ticker for options is USO. The ticker for futures is CLF. Right? CLF. CLF. I think silver looks great short too. This silver chart is absolutely beautiful. If you're not in, this is a great chart to enter. You guys can see this is just a beautiful break and retest. 31.07. I mean, you could literally just go short here with a stop above 31.075. Target these last week lows, 30.75. Main target be 30.5. I think this is a beautiful chart short as well. Silver. Very nice chart. Let's get into the option side though. Let's talk about what we're watching this week. Let's kick it off with AVGO. Big name here. Big name here. Big name here. I wasn't aware of how correlated it was, or how correlated QQQ was with AVGO until last week, man. Watching it after hours on that earnings report, it was literally tick by tick, everything with QQQ. It's crazy. But I know a lot of you guys like to follow along, so let me know when you guys are ready, and we will rock out, all right? Let me know when you guys are ready, and we will rock out. Alright, let's get it, y'all. So, AVGO, top watch for a very big reason, right? You guys can see here, we gapped over an absolute massive resistance, which happens to be previous all-time highs. So now, right, some free game for you guys. When looking for a name to trade, right, you want a reason to trade it. You don't want to trade something because you like the name of it. You don't want to trade something because Joe Blow told you so, or Reddit told you so, or even because someone told you to take a signal. You want to understand why you're trading something, right? You want to know the why behind it. When you know the why behind it, that's how you can increase conviction and confidence in the trade. This is where these big trades come from when it's in play, right? You need to be trading something based off of why it's valid. Why is this name valid for me to trade? Most importantly, risk my capital, risk my mental capital. Why is this name in play? Right? Why? First, AVGO, we have a catalyst, right? Earnings, crushed earnings, massive gap up, right? So we can look at this chart no matter what time frame we're looking at it. We're looking at the monthly, we're looking at the weekly, we're looking at the daily, we're looking at the hourly, we're looking at the 5 minute, right? We know what the fuck's going on here. It's bullish, right? Not only is it bullish, but we have a bullish catalyst behind it, right? On top of that, right, we have a macro breakout, right? So we have a big breaker structure. This would qualify as a first day move coming off of that Friday earnings move. So we're looking for two things, right? We're looking for two things here. Very simple. We're looking for that second day pullback into demand, 210 or 200, 210 being higher risk, 200 being the main watch, or we're looking for that second day continuation. If we get above Friday's highs, 229, I think this can get absolutely parabolic into 250 plus. Easily, in a day. In a day, it can make that move, no problem, right? So the main watch here is going to be that 210 or 200 pulled back. Second watch is going to be above that 229 for a move back into 250, right? Beautiful chart here. You guys know why. Next, we have Tesla. Another beautiful chart, right? Another beautiful chart. Plenty of catalysts behind it. Election. What else they just dropped? Numbers. I forgot what else Elon just did, but you never bet against Elon anyway. But look at the monthly chart, right? We know what's going on here. We have a fresh structure break, new all-time highs on Tesla, extremely strong monthly, extremely strong weekly with rising volume, extremely strong daily, right? There's nothing not to love about this chart, right? So Tesla, we're simply looking to, one, pick up a dip, or two, trade that continuation, right? And those levels would look very similar, right? It would be, hey, one, if we get a pullback into this 410 or 400 area, this is where we can look for a demand bounce or maybe even a swing entry. Or if we can get above these highs, we can look for that move back into 450, potentially even 500. I think that Tesla 500 level is going to be a magnet, and then Elon would probably split it. But that's my personal opinion, right? Pull back into 400, pull back into 410 for a demand bounce, or just look for that long entry above highs. That simple. NVIDIA, weak link, which, you know, if you go back to last week's live, we caught this. if you were trading with us on Zoom, we caught this, right? And you would have known exactly why, right? You would have known exactly why. NVIDIA had a beautiful head and shoulders here on the daily, right? And we literally got a top tick entry. We went short on NVIDIA right here, right? It's 80% trade, right? 80% trade. And I'll show you guys exactly where I entered. Give me 1 second. We entered at 12.6. Right? I'm not a fan of shorting NVIDIA, but the chart setup was too clean not to take. As you guys can see here, 12.6 entered NVIDIA, 130 puts, February 21st. You guys can see there, just absolutely beautiful. If you go look at 12.6, that was the top, right? That was the top. And the way you trade head and shoulders is you look to take profit at the neckline, and that's exactly what we did, right? Went short here at the right shoulder, took profit into the neckline. So now what we're watching on NVIDIA is this neckline, right? You guys can see here, we have a major trendline support in confluence with this neckline, major demand. So this is the inflection point for NVIDIA, right? Two things are going to happen here. This is either going to be that higher low for a rip into new all-time highs, or this is going to be the lights out level NVIDIA sees 100 again, in my opinion, right? In my opinion. So what we're watching on NVIDIA is two things, right? Two things. One is obviously this breakdown. This breakdown is absolutely beautiful. If NVIDIA can get below 132, this is lights out. Break that uptrend trendline support, break this neckline support, this is lights out. I think NVIDIA can trade down to 128 and then low 120s, maybe even low 100s if the market participates. I think NVIDIA is in for a beating, just like AMD, if we get below that 132, in my opinion. Number two, if NVIDIA holds this 132 demand and gets back above 140, now we can look for those long entries, right? Once we reclaim that structure, we can look for those long entries back into 150. But the A+ setup here for me is below 132, and you guys know exactly why, most importantly. Next, we have, I know, I don't want to hear it, it's BA. BA. It's for valid reason though, right? Very valid reason. If you look at BA here, we just bounced off this macro trendline support for the third test. As you guys can see here, it's absolute beautiful trendline support. This was the third touch. Nice bounce off of it. So the context is there on BA to be looking for longs. Number two, look at that weekly closure. Massive weekly bullish engulfing on rising volume. That's perfect, right? Get down to the daily here. Got a nice daily structure break. Very important, right? Nice daily structure break. Massive after we just put in a new higher low. So now this is a full-blown uptrend here. So we're simply just looking to trade with the trend on BA, right? So game plan here, two things. One, pull back into this macro demand. 162, 163. If we can pull back into this area, this is where we can look for a higher confidence, higher conviction demand bounce on BA. Main watch, though, surprisingly, is going to be a breakout, right? BA can get above this 170. I think we're going to get absolutely parabolic into 180 plus, right? This is absolutely beautiful. 162, 163 on BA for a demand bounce, or above 170 for that continuation, targeting that 180. Next, micro strategy. Number one, right? We just talked about why we're trading names, why it's important to have a proper catalyst, a proper setup, and most importantly, a quality setup on the chart, right? One, MicroStrategy has a beautiful setup on the chart. Two, it just got included into the NASDAQ 100. That's a catalyst, right? Number three, crypto strong, right? So we have multiple catalysts here on MicroStrategy to send it higher, right? To send it higher. So what we're watching here on MicroStrategy, if it doesn't gap up, if it gaps up, this is kind of going to fuck things up. But MicroStrategy, you can see we have a major resistance here, 415.50, right? If we can get above 415.50, I think this is going to go absolutely parabolic into this 450 level. If we get above 450, say hello to 500 shortly after. I think this chart can absolutely scream back into all-time highs at 550 once we start reclaiming levels. So make sure you guys keep this on watch. This is an absolute beautiful chart, especially with those catalysts. If we can get up there, I love it. All right, and that's what I'm watching on MicroStrategy. Now, covered the watch list. Let's get into the swings I'm watching for the week ahead. First things first, I'm already in this, but I'm looking to add to it, right? STEM, we've caught this previously. We entered it once back here, caught 100% on it, literally back in this 0.65. Looking for a re-entry, right? You guys can see on this chart, beautiful single bottom, double bottom, triple bottom, quadruple bottom, whatever you want to call it. But most importantly, right, context. we're sitting in a massive demand, right? Look at Friday's close. Beautiful bullish engulfing, beautiful bullish pin bar with rising volume. That's all I need to see, right? So I'm going to look to add to stim tomorrow morning. Doesn't matter where it's at. I'm going to add to it, right? My average is not that good, so I want to add to it. The game plan, right? Stop below 0.3. Stop below 0.3. This is a beautiful chart. Obviously, it's a lot more speculative. It's a penny stock. Numbers aren't that great in terms of fundamentals, but hey, I love the chart, right? Charts paid me before. I'll die with the chart, right? So what I'm watching here on stim, again, this is speculative, higher risk. From a risk to reward standpoint, my stop is below 0.3, so I'm going to risk about 20% on this trade, right? It's equity. Risk about 20%, not trading options, right? My stop's going to be below 0.3, so I'm risking about 20%. Target's going to be 1.5, which will put us at like 40%. So that's a 2R trade. If we can get up to 0.65, that's a 100% trade, which will put us at a 5R trade, right? So I'm cool either way. Planned trade trim is 2R. Target is a 5R trade, right? So I'm cool with that. This is a beautiful chart. Come Monday morning tomorrow, I'm going to add to my position that I'm already in. Like I said, my stop can be below that 0.3, target 0.5, 0.65. Most importantly, you guys know why this is a valid setup. Next, Amazon. Chart still very valid. 220, 222 for a pullback or above 231. Especially with the holidays coming around, Amazon is known to be a runner. So watch a pullback here on Amazon, 222, 220 for a demand bounce. Or if we can get above these highs here at 231, I think this can get absolutely parabolic into that 250 level. So look for those pullbacks above that 231 level and hold. Diamond hands, baby. Next, Affirm. We pretty much caught 99% of this move. Watching for a re-entry, right? This is an absolute beautiful weekly chart, daily chart, monthly chart. As you guys can see here, we got a nice rally base now on the hourly. What I want to watch here on Affirm is if we can get above this 74, I want to look for a continuation setup here. If we get above 74, I think this can trade back into 80, 85 fairly quick. So look for that break and hold on Affirm above 74 to go long. That looks very, 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 very good on Affirm. Next, MicroStrategy we already covered. Apple, you guys know 244, 244.50. What else do we got here? Let's see. Swings. Here we go. Bito. This is the Bitcoin ETF, right? If you want to get exposure to Bitcoin, do the options. This is the best way to do it. I did my research this weekend. Looks very good, right? Weekly chart. You guys can see a beautiful bull flag here. I think it looks amazing, right? I think it looks amazing. I'm going to pick up some options come tomorrow. You guys can see here, beautiful rally base, right? If two things, right? We can get above this 26.85. I think this will get back into 29.30 fairly quick. So like I said, you want some exposure to Bitcoin. This is your way to do so with little capital, right? So you can long it on equity or you can buy options. I think this looks very good. I'm going to pick some up come Monday in my small account and we'll go from there. Another one, Roku. I think this looks beautiful for a swing. This is another stock that I absolutely hate to the core, but I love the setup here. You guys can see we're flagging above a massive structure here. This structure at 80, 81 is absolutely huge. Got a beautiful bull flag back into it. As long as Roku holds this 80, 81, I think this is valid for a long swing back into 87. Ultimate target would be that 100 level. I'm going to enter this as well this week. A little bit hesitant here because of FOMC, but it's a beautiful enough setup for me to give it a shot, right? So my stop loss in this case would be below 79. I think this looks very good on Roku for a move back into 87. Ultimate target would be that 100. And that's what I'm watching there. NVIDIA, you guys already know what I'm watching. Next one here is ARK. Kathy's been doing her thing lately. If you guys remember from 2 weeks ago, this was our main swing watch. Unfortunately, I missed it off that 53. But there's another opportunity here. And you guys can see it right on the daily. Kind of forming a beautiful bull flag here. If we can pull back into this 59, 58, 50, is where we can look for a swing on ARK. Ultimately targeting this 63.50. Above that 63.50, I think I can see 70 fairly quick. It's another chart I absolutely love. And STEM we already covered. Let's go back over futures one more time, and then we'll get into these giveaways and call it a night. NQ, what's going on here? Not much. Not much going on here. Not much going on here on NQ. ES, big structure reclaim, 60-60. RTY, silver, gold. See what we got here. Yeah, this oil looks fucking amazing. Still valid for an entry if you're not in. It's still very valid. Still very, very valid. But yeah, man, if you guys got a couple stocks you want me to check out, I'll go ahead and do that. We'll do these giveaways and we'll call it a night. Let me know when you guys are ready and we'll rock out. Time 9:42. Yeah, we're good. Google. Google. I don't really love much here on Google, but if it pulls back into this demand here, I think that's swing worthy. Higher risk demand, 186. Main watch would be that 181, 182 for a demand bounce. Adobe. I mean, this thing got absolutely annihilated from earnings. I don't really like much here at all. Meta, we can check out. Meta, main watch is still the same. Meta pull back into 600, 603 for a demand bounce. I think that looks really, really good. We already looked at Apple. SPY, we already looked at. MU, we'll check out. MU actually looks really good. Sitting in this major demand here. Got this nice little triple bottom. This actually looks pretty good. Pretty good. What I would watch on MU is two things. First things first is if we can reclaim this 106, I think this can get absolutely parabolic. You could pull back into like 97.50, 96. You can look for a demand bounce there. Or if we get above 106, honestly, you could probably look for a swing back into these highs at 114, 120. I'm actually going to set alerts here. This looks pretty good. This looks very good. Set alerts here. All right, we'll do one more. Crypto. All right, we'll go over crypto actually, and then we'll call it. Ethereum sitting at 4,000. Right, that's the big level here. Not much to really else say about that except buy the dip into 3,500, 3,350. Litecoin looks very good, long as it's above 115. Solana's my favorite. You guys can see why. Beautiful structure retest. Nasty little bull flag. I think Solana's gonna be the next one to blow the top off again. This is beautiful, and yeah, it's beautiful. If you're not in it, what I would look to do is simply add into that 200, 210. If it pulls back into 200, 210, look to pick up a position with a stop loss below 190. Look for that move back into 267. That would be the game plan there on Solana. Let's see, Doge, not much to say. ADA, 0.8 looks good. XRP, 2.0, 1.8 for a pullback. Bitcoin, I mean, there's not much to say about Bitcoin either, right? It's just hold. Honestly, I'm about to sell. I haven't taken a single trim, but I'm gonna do some deep thinking tonight, and I'm gonna do some deep thinking tomorrow, because the thing is, like, I don't have, like millions of dollars in crypto, but my Bitcoin position is worth 1.4 million. So I do have, decent money in it. I just don't want to make the wrong decision. You know what I mean? Like I do believe, I was a naysayer, right? I didn't think Bitcoin could hit 100K. I think like maybe 70, 80, but now, it's at 100K. Like, there's nothing stopping it from going to 150. There's nothing stopping it going to 200. Nobody can split it. The supply is limited. The demand exceeds the supply in every aspect. I don't see any reason Bitcoin cannot see those numbers of 200, maybe even 300, 400, 500K. I don't see any reason why not. I don't. Nobody can give me a reason why either, right? Like, it just, and that's the crossroads I'm at. Like I obviously, want to sell and realize the gains, but then I'm like, damn, bro, like, I have such a good average. If I sell, I'm giving up that average. I can always buy a dip, but what if a fucking dip doesn't come? You know what I mean? It's like, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm fighting the demons, and it's hard. Seeing those type of numbers. I've never been up this much before, right? I've never been up 700K, 800K on a position ever, right? Like ever. So this is new for me, right? And it brings a whole new basket of emotions. And, purely based off of a greed standpoint, I'm like, I want to sell it all, go by the Richard Mill, right? But, I'm just trying to make a logical decision based off the chart first and foremost. And, it's, yeah, man, yeah. It's a tough battle, but all I can say is if you didn't listen down here, I hope it haunts you for the rest of your life. I talked about this bull flag on the monthly for literally the entirety of the flag. Right? Like I literally told you guys to buy Bitcoin at 17K, 25K, 38K, 50K. Like, I mean, I did my part at the end of the day. I did. I know I did. You know what I mean? I did my part. I'm not like one of these fuckers that say, they have a screenshot with their friend from, 2014 saying, I like Bitcoin. No, I literally told you guys where I bought. I told you guys why I bought it. And most importantly, I showed you where I bought it, right? On all 5 occasions, right? I showed you I bought Bitcoin at 17K on live, right? 25K, showed you on live. 38K on live. 50K on live, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to dip again, right? Don't be the one that says, I'm going to wait, a little bit lower. No. When it comes to something like this, like, you just got to buy a dip at the end of the day. And I see a lot of people saying, well, I don't want to trade Bitcoin because it's at 100K. I can't buy a whole coin. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether it's $1 million coin. A percent is a percent is a percent. Whether you go, fucking buy oil, right? It goes up 10%. Guess what? You make 10%. If you buy Bitcoin, it goes up 10%, it's 10%. Doesn't matter whether you have $1 or you have $1 million. Does not matter. 10% is 10%, 50% is 50%, 100% is 100%. Where you're going wrong is not investing, right? That's the bottom line. It doesn't have to be with Bitcoin, right? Go invest in a startup or go invest in anything. Bottom line is invest. That's it. Make money, make that money work for you, and take that money and make that money work for the money that you made initially from the initial money that you made on it work for. And that's how the cycle of wealth starts, right? Make money, make that money work for you, and that's where your time comes back. But alrighty, y'all, let's get into these giveaways. Let's do it. Tonight we're gonna do cash ones. Cause I'm running low on time. I'm sitting here fucking yapping. Yeah, I don't have enough time to do that. I'll do it on Instagram throughout the week. So tonight we'll do our usual cash giveaways. On Instagram, I'll go live on Tuesday evening, and then we'll do a couple consoles and stock streetwear and shit like that. We'll do it Tuesday. So tonight we'll just do the regular cash ones, and then we'll go from let's do that. Let's get it. First things first. Bam. We'll do Xmas is the first one. All you got to do is type in the chat one time, and you are good to go. Let's get it. I already went over MicroStrategy, man. I already went over it. Let's get it. Good luck, everybody. I owe you guys 2 giveaways right now. I'm going to throw an extra one on top just because it's Christmas. So we'll do 3 tonight. If we somehow get to 500 before we're done, I'll give away a console tonight too. Fuck it. Bam. Alrighty. Good luck, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left Lane Car Reviews. Interesting name. Congratulations. You got 45 seconds. I know there's a delay on YouTube, so I'll add extra 15 seconds. Everybody knows the rules. If you don't, you have to attend at least 3 lives. If you're a first-time viewer, it's awesome. You're good to go. But outside of that, you need to have at least 3 attended. So if you're at the 2 middle lane, don't know what to tell you. But yeah, man, regardless of the fact whether you guys win or not, I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it with me. Hope you guys enjoyed this live. Most importantly, got some value from it. Wrote down the trading plan. And yeah, man, Left Lane Car Reviews, you're running short on time, man. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds just because I'm feeling generous. But yeah, what are you doing? 3, 2, 1. I'll give you another 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tried. I'm sorry. Alrighty, run it back. Yasalia. First winner. First winner. I mean, I gave you an extra 30 seconds. You know, if you type in the chat now, I don't know what to tell you. And of course, you just type in the chat. See how easy that is? Look at that. Look at that. Yasalia. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. I don't care that he wrote 30 seconds after, you know what I mean? Like, how do you enter a giveaway and then not be there to claim it? I know you can't tell me there's a lag when Yasalia just had her name called and 9 seconds later got it. You can't tell me it's a lag. It doesn't matter if you didn't know. Okay, guys, I'm not a dickhead, I promise, but listen to me, right? We're all sitting here together. You had to type Xmas in the chat. 30 seconds after you typed Xmas, the winner was announced. So where did you go within 30 seconds? After the winner was announced, I said, hey, all you have to do is type anything, right? Your name's up here. Yasalia got it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be, you know, that hard. You know what I mean? Where'd she go? Let me see. Where's she at? Yasalia, can you type again? Please? I'm not tripping, right? Am I tripping or am I tripping? Am I tripping or am I tripping? Where's she at? There we go. Boom. So good. Channel activity. She's attended quite a few lives. Nice. Thanks for all your support. Boom. There we go. All right, we got 2 more. Let's get it. Got 2 more. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, let's run it back. Reset. Bam. Number 2. Turbo. Let's get it. Yeah, I mean, the rules are rules. I mean, that's it. I don't know, you know. You can't tell me it's a lag, you know. I get it. Some people, you know, there is a delay, but then Yasalia, 9 seconds after she wins, she got, you know what I mean. So it's like, upgrade your internet. I don't know. All right, we'll give it 15 more seconds. 15. Alrighty, good luck everybody. Dre, please just type anything in the chat within the next 45 seconds. If your name pops up on the screen, all you have to do, if you see your name here, just type anything within 45 seconds. Bam, look at that. Fucking beautiful. Beautiful. 11 seconds, that's all it took for Dre. And it's his first live. First live. Let's fucking go. Great winner. Love to see it. Love to see it. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Alrighty. Let's get it. Reset all. Last one. I'll let you guys know exactly in 1 second how to claim your money. Give me 1 second. Alright, last one. Let's get it. Last one is last. All you gotta do is type last in the chat 1 time. 1 time. Congrats so far to Yasalia and Dre. We'll give this one 30 seconds. I feel like that's fair. 30 seconds. Again, man, regardless if you guys won or not, I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. You guys know I do this for you guys. Been doing it for years. Don't plan on stopping. And yeah, man, I'll see majority of you guys tomorrow for live trading. If you're interested in joining, it's free. Just go to my Instagram, click the Hangout, join, click the Zoom link tomorrow morning, rock out. Got about another 2 weeks of it for free. So, yeah, man, 2025 is going to be big. Very big. First step for everything. Alrighty, good luck, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Mo Salah, where you at? Mo Salah. Mo. Where you at? "31 seconds." Said, hey. Love to see it. I don't think it's loading, that's why. Because I've seen this name before. Regardless, first time viewer, hey, appreciate you. Welcome. Doesn't matter. Winner's a winner. What's that? Bam. Alrighty. Let's get it. Let's go. People with patience will be rewarded. If you've been here a while, you know what that means. Yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live. I'm going to go ahead and get back to the little one, get some rest, and call it a night, man. Call it a night. Again, appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in tonight. See majority of y'all tomorrow. And yeah, man, we got a big week ahead, jam-packed Monday to Friday economic data. So make sure you guys are keeping up to date with that. And yeah, man, damn. Quita said, I'm mad that Dre won. Jesus. For the winners, Yacelia, Dre, Mo Salah, please, if you would like your money in the fastest fashion possible, just DM Dom_DA_DON on Discord. My man is waiting, ready, good to go. It's a great help. I used to do it by myself, but Dom's the man with the plan. And yeah, yo, got a new drop coming out for stock streetwear, so keep your eyes on that. And yeah, man, for the people that were patient, here, let's do one more real quick since all the anxious folk left already, so we'll make it quick. We'll do one more. Quick. Keyword is 1, 2, 3. We'll make it easy. 1, 2, 3. Go. 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 5 seconds. Let's go. Alright, good luck, everybody. Pacheco! Where you at, man? Come on. Gotta get home. Yes, sir. Where you at? I seen a yes, sir somewhere. Where'd the yes, sir go? I just seen him type. Let me find it. Yes, sir. Pacheco, can you type again? Pacheco. Where you at? There we go. Boom. Good winner, man. Attended a bunch of lives too. Good shit. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Winners, you guys know what to do. And yeah, man, again, I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in tonight. Manifesting a bright green trading week for everyone. It's absolutely kill it, man. It's absolutely kill it. Super excited for this week. And yeah, man, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. And until next time, y'all have a great night, all right? Good night, everybody. Peace.